After this scrawny kitten was rejected by her mom, she found love with a kind-hearted stranger. The natural world can be a cruel and harsh place where often only the strongest survive. Evolutionary scientists would point to natural selection, but nevertheless, there is a strong argument for the survival of the cutest. More evidence of that phenomena is pictured here. On August 20th, 2017, social media user Alan, who goes by Alan ZG Web online, added an album to his Imgur account. The images he posted on the picture sharing site featured a tiny calico kitten that looked painfully frail. When a mammalian animal delivers a litter of babies, the newborns come in a range of sizes. As a result, some may be smaller and lighter than average, and others dangerously so. Consequently, these runts can struggle to get the nourishment their brothers and sisters do in the scrabble for their mother's milk. So sadly, a moggy mother may reject the runt of the litter if she has too many kittens. The mom concentrates her attention on those babies she is more confident of being able to survive. As a result of this natural instinct, Alan's kitten had been neglected and become scrawny and weak. Another Imgur follower was more blunt, writing, "Where is the mother? Kittens need to be socialized, etc. What's up?" Alan explained to his followers that he had obtained the kitten from a student who could no longer keep the litter. Not only that, but at her tender age of 30 days, the tiny baby had experienced rejection. But the Imgur user must have fallen in love with the little animal instantly, and the name he subsequently gave his new pet may yield a clue as to what first captivated him. Alan likened the kitten to the character Sansa Stark from HBO's Game of Thrones, played by English actress Sophie Turner. And what's more, since Sansa is a calico cat, she is blessed with patches of ginger fur to match her namesake's fiery hair. Unlike the royal character in Game of Thrones, however, the kitten looked terribly scruffy and woebegone in the earlier photos her owner put up. Despite this judgment, whether or not Alan had any previous experience looking after cats is unknown. Regardless, Sansa's new human dad did the best to provide for her in the early days. But Alan was perhaps not the most forward-thinking daddy on day one. Frankly speaking, I didn't prepare all the things she needed, he admitted. However, Alan quickly learned from his mistakes and made sure that Sansa was properly provided for after he knew better. Many social media users rallied around the pair to give their pet guidance. They offered Alan advice on how to take care of Sansa and where Dad could go if he needed any assistance. One commented, "Aw, she's adorable. Props to you for taking care of her. I heard young ones are a lot of work." But even with Sansa's adoring public, the kitten only had eyes for her new dad. Indeed, it seemed from the pictures that Alan was everything to Sansa as she steadily grew. Alan discovered early on that Sansa was very keen on eggs. This was fortunate because it made a good job of filling her up while she waited for the kitten formula to arrive. With nourishing food, the kitten started to grow much stronger and began enjoying the finer things in life. Just like most domestic cats, and to the bemusement of most humans, Sansa found endless entertainment in her beloved cardboard cartons and boxes. In fact, the kitten had a fine selection of them scattered around what had become her very own room. But Alan found out that life wasn't all fluff and cuddles with Sansa. She was a growing kitty, after all. Usually, a kitten will play fight with their siblings, and it can get quite rough. Nonetheless, it is an important element in their developmental progress. Although roughhousing is an essential part of a kitten's education, it can be a painful lesson for humans. If she carried on biting into adulthood, Sansa's daddy would have to train her out of it. Alan told his Imgur followers, "She started to bite me." Sansa's beautiful blue eyes began to change color. They started to mature into an equally stunning yellow-green hue. In fact, all baby cats are born with blue eyes because their irises have yet to develop. Sometimes, if a kitten has a deficiency of melanin in its body, there can be exceptions, and it might keep its blue eyes. However, it was more than apparent that Sansa was not one of those examples, and there was no lack of melanin in her body. When she was old enough, Alan gave Sansa her first bath. The kitten displayed a normal cat's aversion to water and did not appreciate the experience one bit. 10 minutes later, she recovered, being an a-hole again, her dad wrote on Imgur, and Sansa came back with a vengeance. But Sansa must soon have forgiven all. Alan is her daddy, and his dedication to her well-being surely proves that he loves her. On December 1st, 2017, Alan uploaded the latest batch of Sansa pictures. Indeed, Sansa has grown from a dangerously tiny, scrawny kitten into a beautiful, healthy cat. She barely looks like the same animal now, and it's all thanks to the kindness of a human stranger. For this, Alan should be warmly applauded.